Hey, what's up, you guys? And of course, welcome to another Alternative Factuals video. And obviously, you can see I'm making a video, and it's a lot easier for me to do so. I got my new computer, as you can see right about now. I got a Cyber Power. This is the MSI 2080 GTX 2080, 8 gigabytes and 16 gigs of RAM, a terabyte of space, and 500 gigabyte solid state drive. But you don't want the specs for all that. Anyways. What I want to talk about is simply Black Lightning, but I'm not talking about an episode. I'm not talking about anything that's actually happened. I want to talk about something that, I think is very interesting. Now, I realize that a lot of people don't realize that the Black Lightning aspect of his name actually comes from his ability to summon Black Lightning, but also many people don't know that Black Lightning, his ability to summon Black Lightning is actually related to his rage. So I want to do something. Now, Black Lightning does exist in the DC universe, obviously, so he would have some sort of interactions with Green Lanterns or Red Lanterns or Blue Lanterns or whatever. He's well aware and does exist in that same universe. So what would happen if Black Lightning summoned Black Lightning and for some reason a Red Lantern ring decided to appear and said you're capable of great rage and put the ring on him, and how much of a problem Black Lightning would be if he was a Red Lantern? Now, I'm going to go through the basics of each. So, like I said, Black Lightning has the ability to basically manipulate the electromagnetic spectrum, meaning anything that falls on that spectrum, he can absorb it, he can manipulate it, and he himself can become energy, which means he is a problem for any biological being who runs on any form of electricity in their nervous system. He could practically kill a lot of people. Even Superman, even Batman, everyone is well aware of how powerful Black Lightning is, thus the reason why they're well aware of who he is and how he kind of operates. And then you have the Red Lanterns, who the whole purpose is they're the rage version of Green Lanterns, where green is the representation of willpower, blue is the representation of hope, orange is the representation of greed, yellow, fear. I think it's I forget, there's a purple one, I think that's like love. There's another kind of shade of purple and I forget that one, but you got the star sapphires and all that stuff. But anyways, so what if he actually got a Red Lantern ring? What would that mean for someone like Black Lightning? First of all, he would be even more powerful than what he is, because remember, you're stacking a Red Lantern ring on top of his already immense power. I did mention this previously in another video that he is capable of absorbing massive amounts of energy, even nuclear powered Justice League stations. They showed it in the cartoons, as well as I think it was even in the comics one time. He was able to power it and he was able to absorb all that nuclear energy into himself. So that was very interesting, let alone a powerful feat by itself. But like I said, the main concern I have is he's very similar to the Hulk in the sense where his power grows with his rage. Now, the reason why Black Lightning does not use this ability very often, or you don't see it very often in comics, or not even in the TV show, let alone because the TV show nerfed the hell out of him. But the reason why you don't see shows you don't see that aspect of him in the show and the comics is for one reason. When they initially introduced Black Lightning way back in the day, they didn't want to use the trope of an angry black man. So even though they did mention it here and there, and it was brought up in fights, especially in the Outsiders 2009 issues 27 and 28, where he had an interruption, well, more like an interaction with a Brion, who is known as a Geoforce. He actually summoned Black Lightning and he leveled I think about half of a city or entire city, or enough territory that was equivalent to a city. But nonetheless, if he was to get a Red Lantern ring, this dude's powers would be off the chart. So imagine someone who is constantly fueled by rage, because the Red Lantern ring does not only just come to you because you're filled with rage, it replaces your heart so you can only feel rage. And then he'll have the ability to spew this acidic Red Lantern blood-like thing, whatever like that. And then he still has the ability to manipulate the electromagnetic spectrum, meaning he can still kill most biological organisms in the universe. Then after that, he can still turn his body into energy. He can still absorb energy. He can still manipulate energy. He can still, I think I already mentioned it, but transform into energy. And then at the end of the day, he can still summon Black Lightning. And because of that rage, his Black Lightning would be probably 10 times more powerful than what it is. And I think at that point, he would be a planetary level threat in terms of the amount of power that he would actually be able to summon, because he's a Red Lantern. So imagine a situation like that. Imagine someone already who's like, I would give him, he's probably city level threat in terms of, you know, the amount of power he's able to generate, give off, and the amount of power he can just absolutely just summon and destroy. Now imagine that with a Red Lantern ring, where a part of his power is dependent on his emotional state of being angry, and then giving him that power boost, and that consistent and constant power boost, meaning his anger will only just keep feeding that black lightning. You'll keep feeding it, keep feeding it, keep feeding it. So it will only keep getting more powerful as he gets more angry. So he would be a serious problem for the Justice League, any villain, or pretty much a lot of people in the DC universe. So he would be nigh unstoppable, I would say, short of anybody who is a reality warper or a White Lantern, or someone who is just absolutely on a god tier level of power. And many of you may not agree with this, but I would dare even say that he would be more powerful than Superman. And I'm not talking about in physical strength. I'm saying that Superman wouldn't be able to hit him because he could turn into energy, and also Black Lightning could take out and kill Superman, because even though he is one of the most powerful people in the DC universe in terms of sheer physical strength and invulnerability, he still is a biological life form, and he still runs on a nervous system that is still being used, well, still using electricity. So yeah, Black Lightning could kill him actually really easily in like I said, most biological forms. But this is a little fun little discussion. Like I want to know what you would think if Black Lightning did become a Red Lantern. It would be out of this world, and it would be out of control. But let me know in the comments down below, and if you're new to the channel, please be sure to like, share, and of course subscribe, and leave your comments down below. And I hope to see you later on. Peace out.